Next, Kari, Grant, and Tory take on a fiendish flip.
So while Adam and Jamie are doing a myth about an ancient warrior, we're gonna do one about a modern one.
How so?
Well, we're doing a myth from Hellboy, which combines two of my favorite things.
Robots and math?
Legos and Spice Girls?
No, crashes and physics.
I know the scene you're talking about. This is when Hellboy is walking across the road, a car is coming straight at him, and to stop the car, he punches the hood, causing the car to flip over his head.
Exactly. His punch transfers the forward linear momentum of the car into circular motion.
It's all so easy for Hellboy.
Red means stop!
One hammer blow to the hood, and the SUV somersaults head over wheels. But are the physics of this flip true, or is it just Hollywood hype?
Okay, there's two problems that we need to solve straight up. First of all, how do we measure the impact of a punch of a mythical creature? And secondly, how do we punch a car without running over what's punching it?
Well, one way to get around the second problem is we could just drop a weight from a crane. I mean, I could build some kind of giant steel fist. When the car's underneath it, we'll release it, and it'll hit the front end, bam.
And the first problem?
Well, essentially what we're doing here is creating a pivot at the front end. So if we start out by finding out how much weight it takes to make that touch the ground, I bet we could calculate the rest.
Sounds like a good place to start.
So to replicate the diabolical powers of this punch, they'll need a crane to lift a giant steel fist of fury. Then they'll drop it 20 feet onto an oncoming SUV, ground the nose, and possibly flip it just like Hellboy. But that's one heck of a punch. So first they need to know just how hefty the fist they drop needs to be.
This looks like the place.
Yeah, man. Cranes, cranes, cranes.
So in order to flip a vehicle, you need to do two things. One, stop the forward movement, and two, drive the front end into the ground, forming a pivot point to flip over. So that's why we're here at Doc Bailey's Crane Yard. We're gonna find out how much mass it takes to ground the front end of this vehicle.
So the way that we're gonna do that is drop heavier and heavier weights on the front end of our vehicle until the nose is actually touching the ground. Once we have that, we'll know exactly how much force our fist needs to punch with.
And they're starting with 1,200 pounds.
Okay, so the whole goal here is to get this edge down into the ground. Now, the standard ground clearance on this vehicle is 18 inches. We have gotten it to about 12. So we need to move on to something larger.
Oh, great. Look what it did to the hood.
That's why we can never have anything nice.
That wasn't that nice to begin with.
That's true.
Next up, they lower 3,000 pounds.
Okay.
All right, run. This is almost the exact weight of the vehicle itself.
I got 9 inches.
But we're still not smashed into the ground.
To get the nose to the ground, they ramp up the weight to a mighty 5,000 pounds.
This is definitely gonna scratch the paint. Run!
At more than the weight of the car, unsurprisingly, 5,000 pounds does more than just scratch the paint.
Look at that. That is all 5,000 pounds on the front end of our vehicle, and the front end is not going any lower than that.
Yeah, in that configuration, we would have locked up the tires, bottomed out the suspension, and stopped our forward movement. I think we achieved our goal here.
The crane takes care of the heavy lifting. Woo-hoo! While it's over to Grant and his formidable formula.
So we've got our weight of 5,000 pounds. That's what it's gonna take to drive the front end of this vehicle down 18 inches into the ground. That gives us 7,500 foot-pounds of work. Now we take that, plug it into our big hairy equation, choose a height of about 20 feet to drop the fist from, something manageable. That gives us an approximate weight of the fist of 1,500 pounds to produce this effect, hopefully.
That's the mass of our infernal impact. So now it's over to Tory to create this fist of fury.
What I have here is a 5-foot-tall, 10-inch diameter steel rod. Now this is what we're gonna raise up 20 feet and drop it on the front end of the vehicle to see if we can get that car to flip.
Yep, it's taken a lot of welding, angle grinding, and polishing to make a fist of 1,500 pounds of steel. But finally, the fist of doom is ready.
All right, let's see if we can flip a car with a punch.
We're out at the Alameda runway to test whether a superhero punch can flip a car. Now,
just go for it because it's really hard to scale things like gravity. So we're taking our 1,500-pound steel fist,
I can't wait to see that thing come down.
dropping it on a car, and seeing where we need to go from there.
And here's how it's going to go down.
This car is going to be towed 30 miles an hour to...
Here, where there's a pressure sensor on the ground. The car will hit the pressure sensor, that will trigger the quick release and drop the fist at the perfect time.
And when that fist comes crashing down, it will strike the perfect spot, the front end of the vehicle, with a huge amount of force. And if this myth is true, we should see that vehicle flip end over end.
This experiment all comes down to levers. The impact on the edge of the hood should cause the car to pivot over the fulcrum of the front wheels. And then the forward momentum of the car should propel the rear end up and over. Well, that's the theory.
But you know what? In the movie, the car's only traveling 30 miles an hour. I just don't see this being enough energy to get the thing all the way over and flipped. I just don't see it happening.
All is about to be revealed as it's time for some flippin' fun.
You guys ready?
Born ready.
All right, this is car flip. Get it up to 30 miles an hour. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
We're moving.
Here we go.
Come on.
Here it comes.
It looks good, looks good. Trigger away.
Oh!
It just wouldn't be MythBusters if it worked perfectly the first time.
That didn't go well.
But it is MythBusters when the car plows through the barriers
Oh, not another fence. Go, Grant.
Yeah, you'll get it.
and into the fence. But if at first you don't succeed, replace the car, check the alignment, and try again.
Vehicle is rolling. It's
Looks
looking
really good.
Yeah, it's looking nice and straight.
Here we go.
Trigger.
This time the car stayed on course, but the fist triggered too late.
No! No! Oh! All right, put that fence on our tab.
We hit it way in the back, which means we have to fix our timing and hopefully hit the front end of the vehicle.
MythBusters history has shown just how complex it is to hit a target from a height. And as Take 3 reveals,
Trigger.
that's true for a distance of only 20 feet.
So close! We're just 1 foot away! The challenge that we have here is that timing and position are both critical. You have to hit X, Y, and Z, all 3 dimensions, perfectly within milliseconds of each other, or else it all goes wrong.
Getting the fist to drop at precisely the right moment is like scoring a bullseye with the dartboard moving at 30 miles per hour. But the MythBusters will find a way.
Red means stop!
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a car that's been punched by Hellboy. But could an infernal impact really flip a car?
Trigger away.
So far, their methodology has failed to flip. So they've got a plan B.
We have 2 trench plates on either side of the runway. In between it is a cable. That is going to be our guide light. It's under tension, and that will hook in to the towing system. Now that's going to guide our vehicle into the crash zone where the fist is.
The new towing rig should keep the SUV on track, while a rejigged car-catching system should protect the fences.
That's it.
It's pretty good.
In other words, it's a setup that should work. But with this myth, the devil's in the details.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Here that we are in the channel.
The car gets up to 30 miles per hour.
It's going straight.
And
Look what that fist did to that car.
rather than flipping the lid of the SUV,
That is insane.
they crushed it. But the guys are actually encouraged by this result.
So I'm standing at the impact point where the fist hit the truck, and as you can see, it triggered a little bit late. So we're gonna go back adjust our trigger time, and then give it another shot.
And with the trigger reset by just 1/10 of a second, it really is now or never.
Talk about recycling here on the show, huh?
Down to their last SUV, this is the final shot at a full-scale flip.
Wires in the slot.
It's
Fist is
going
hanging.
straight. Here comes the car into the fist.
Trigger! Oh!
Nice!
How satisfying was that?
Bullseye. The Fist of Fury finally hammers the hood. But despite hitting the sweet spot right above the bumper in front of the fulcrum, the car didn't even get rear wheel elevation, let alone a somersault.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it had enough force to ground the nose, but it wasn't enough to flip the car over.
I'd actually like to see this in small scale and maybe see some other factors.
Yeah, just to see if the physics are even possible to get a car to flip.
Should be cheaper.
It's probably gonna be easier too.
Yeah, I think we're running out of cars.
The MythBusters finally hit the nail on the head and nailed the hood of the SUV with their Fist of Fury. But with nothing close to a flip that could be the nail in the coffin for this myth.
In our first test, we were not able to get a car to flip. So we've decided to take this myth and test it in small scale. Now we're gonna be running the same test. However, we're gonna be changing a few variables. We're gonna change the mass of the fist, the speed of the vehicle, and change the center of gravity on the vehicle.
By toying with every combination of these vital variables, they're hoping to find the optimal conditions to result in a small-scale flip. And first, they feel the need to test speed. With a fist that weighs half the weight of the car ready to fall, they're starting with the car at its lowest velocity.
Okay, so we're all set to go. We've got our slow speed car, which in full scale would be the equivalent of about 30 miles an hour. We've got our fist connected to the quick release with the laser trigger. We're good to go.
All right, this is small scale superhero punch with slow speed car.
All right, here we go.
It's flying. I'm gonna have to say that didn't flip.
The slow speed failed to even get the back wheels off the ground, so it's time to up the acceleration. More velocity equals more energy, but will that mean more tilt?
Hopefully that extra momentum will cause the car to flip.
Tory puts his finger to the trigger, and they try maximum velocity.
That was a direct hit.
Yeah, we're still not getting the flip. I think we need to get some more energy punching down on the car.
This time, the back wheels did at least get off the ground, but only by 2 degrees, and they'll need 90 for a flip, so there's a long way to go yet. But will upping the ante on the impact make a difference?
What do you got up there, Byron?
I've got a little over 100% of the weight of the car just slamming down on the hood.
So that's a whole nother car.
Yeah, this should be good.
All right.
The fist may look small, but at 100% the weight of the car, it should pack a powerful punch.
Oh!
That was a direct hit.
Yeah, I saw the body flex, but still no flip.
More mass gets them a 4-degree elevation, but this myth is going nowhere fast, so they go for broke.
Now, I thought that weight was kind of crazy, but I do have another weight. I could make this 3 times the weight of the car.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Totally.
Going for full tilt, they're dropping 3 times the weight of the car.
Oh.
But instead of a tilt, the weight grinds the car to a halt. So for the next test, they try 200%.
Okay, this might be the magic punch.
Good shot.
Whoa.
No flip.
That nets them the highest rear wheel elevation so far of 15 degrees. But they're 2 parameters down and still miles off a flip. Will tweaking the final variable cause a tumble?
If the mass is down low and far away from the pivot point, it's harder to flip. If you move the mass up, away from the pivot point, suddenly it becomes easier to flip the car over. So we're gonna put some luggage on the top here and see if that helps us out.
It's a tiny SUV camping holiday with 25% of the car's weight in luggage.
All right, so this is it, the final parameters for our final test, and everything is in our favor. But I mean, so far after all these tests that we have done, I think this is asking a lot.
In other words, it's now or never. And it's never. Raising the center of gravity did increase the tilt to 25 degrees, but that's nowhere near enough. Even with the combination of the optimal variables, they're no closer to a flip, which means this is busted.
I'm pretty sure cars weren't meant to flip end over end over end. So even a big giant punch from a superhuman from hell, I don't think is gonna do it.
So why is it that no combination of these variables seems to be making any difference with our results? Well, it all comes down to physics. See, we are applying our force too close to the fulcrum. Imagine that it's like a seesaw with a large weight on one side and you apply weight on the other side, but here's the kicker. Almost on top of the fulcrum. Now, the force that you need to apply to get the weight to lift from here is almost astronomical. But the problem is, if you apply too much force, the lever will break.
The flippin' physics are busting the myth. But that's never stopped the MythBusters before.
Okay, so sad to say, but I think that we've busted the myth as it appears in the movie in small scale.
Well, you guys know what that means. It's time to replicate the results.
Now, normally at this point of the myth, we would replicate it like they did it in the movie, probably with like a nitrogen cannon and a piston to flip the car. But what if we just used the same physics, but changed the design of the car to see if we could get it to flip?
That could be fun, but maybe we can do this in the small scale first, because you saw how many cars we destroyed just replicating the myth.
Are you tired of crashing cars?
Never, but we're running out of them.
Now, we know that this myth is down to levers, but replicating the movie and dropping the weight on the hood just isn't causing the car to flip. The force is applied too close to the fulcrum. But what if we create a lever? We increase the distance of the weight to the fulcrum. That way, when we drop the weight, the vehicle should flip end over end. I mean, it should work like a charm.
That's right, science fans. Instead of Hollywood fakery, Tory's devilish idea is to flip this car using physics.
In 3, 2, 1. Grant, that looked like a flip to me. I mean, it didn't do it exactly like the movie, but...
Dude, I think we can move on from there.
This might work.
It was going.
The lever scored a tilt on the car of over 90 degrees, and it's clear that the physics are working. So after a small-scale proof, it's time to ramp this up and put a massive lever on the SUV's roof.
Oh yeah, should be good.
Now this thing is beefy. It's gotta be strong because we're gonna be dropping 5,000 pounds on the front end of it. If anything's gonna make it flip, it's this design. But it's one thing to do it in small scale and another to do it in large scale.
It's quite the engineering challenge, but with 1,100 pounds of steel welded into a giant lever, they're ready to put it to the test.
The old add a huge lever to the front end of a vehicle and drop a giant weight on it to get the car to flip. If I've seen that trick once, I've seen it 1,000 times.
The best case scenario here is that we hit the lever perfectly with our 5,000-pound weight. The car tips right at the tipping point, boom, crashes upside down. I think the worst case scenario here, none of us really want to imagine. If our timing's off, we might hit the weight, smash the car, and have to revisit.
There's a lot riding on this car, and it's not just the weight of the lever. There's only one car, and they've only got one shot to get this right. For once, failure is not an option.
And we have done everything to engineer it in our favor. I think if that weight hits the front end of this vehicle, we're gonna see this thing flip.
I'm a little excited.
I'm a little nervous. There's so much that can go wrong on this.
I'm anxious.
Let's do it.
Okay, this is car somersault, lever car.
All right, final experiment in 3, 2, 1, go.
It's now or never as the lever car is towed towards its destiny, either to be crushed by 5,000 pounds or to be finally flipped by physics.
Still in the channel, looks like it's going straight.
It does look like it's going
Looks
straight.
like it's going straight.
All right, this is it, this is it!
Bingo! Everything went exactly to plan. The weight triggering at the right moment, dropping onto the very front of the lever and tilting the car. but it was still only a 45-degree dangle. And of course, there was no flip.
Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, the stars had to align.
Look, it dug into the ground here.
And did you see how high the back end got? I mean, it almost went over.
But the important thing here is that it didn't.
So we tested this myth just like in the movie, yet we couldn't get the car to flip. Then we moved on to the ridiculous. We changed the design of the car, we increased the force of the punch. However, we still were not able to get the car to flip. I really wish it had, but it didn't. So this myth is busted.
You know how the saying goes, give me a big enough lever and I can move the world. And that may be true, provided you have a few things. 1, your lever arm is strong enough. 2, your fulcrum holds up. And 3, you apply enough force. Now in our case, it's our fulcrum that failed because our wheels and suspension crushed, absorbing a lot of the energy. Let's try a bigger car.
Let's try a bigger lever.
Let's try a semi.